Fanatics on the banks of Volga, cannibals in the mountain bunker, slavers on the shores of the dried-out sea. How many monsters has the war given rise to? Or perhaps, were they always there? And the war simply gave them a chance to show themselves, and now we're stuck with them forever. Wildamir, who stayed in the desert to help Gyul lead their people to freedom, beat another monster. The inertia of thought that had been keeping the subjugated locals in willing and ready servitude to tyrants. Frankly, I have doubts. That monster might prove stronger than all the others. Regardless, we can't afford to lose hope. We're getting ever closer to our dream. Finding a place where we could live, free from radiation and mutants. The maps we recovered in the desert have provided us with several promising options. And now the crew members are excitedly waiting for the Colonel's decision on where the Aurora should go next. Currently, though, the train is calmly rolling eastward. The crew rests, and Stepan proposed to Katya. It was a proposal she couldn't refuse.
Damn coughing. We've left those sands long ago, and it still persists. What does Crest even smoke? It's terrible. In any case, I'm better now.
I hate to interrupt, guys, but you should come to the mess hall. The table is almost served.
Thanks, Stepan. We'll be there in a moment. Shall we go, Artyom? Or shall we stay a little longer? It's so nice. You know, Artyom, I've been looking at Stepan and Katya, you and me, and thinking how lucky we are. It was so different with my parents. It was bad. Did I ever tell you why my mom died? Of course I didn't. It was because of Dad. He used to be even harsher back then. Used to come home from the barracks and reach for the bottle while taking off his boots. They'd quarrel, and then he'd stop appearing for a time. And while he was away, she'd start drinking too, and crying when she was sober. She'd feel better, would get kinda dreamy when drunk. You know how she used to call me? Just A. She'd hug me and say, "One day, A, you and I are going to go to Vladivostok, the city I was born in. And from there to a village on the ocean shore." I was 5 back then and didn't really get much. But I could imagine that village and the ocean so vividly because I believed her. And then she killed herself, drank some kind of poison. Father quit drinking after Mom's death. Didn't ever pay much attention to me, but with her gone, he'd never leave me alone. Took me along everywhere. We only talked about her a couple of times, though. I used to have this doll, Zhana. I played make-believe that she was my daughter, and we went to the ocean together. Then my father hid it, told me it got lost. He probably didn't want me to agonize over Mom's dream. Then I imagine she grew up and went to Vladivostok. And now I'm going, not to Vladivostok, but with you. The dream came true. By the way, I was always intrigued by what Dad dreams about. He should have some dreams, but what are they? Higher rank? He could choose any. Saving people? What would the saved do next? Sit underground? I never understood him. What does he hope for in life? What makes him happy? Nothing, perhaps. He never really had any time to think about tomorrow. Down in the metro, those thoughts don't come casually. Here on the surface, though. I, for one, have something I want to do. I want to run through the sand barefoot. Build a sand castle for the kids. I'm imagining two. A boy and a girl. The boy would be a copy of you. We'd go swimming with mountains behind us. Wooden houses on the shore. The sun would wake us up every day, rising from the ocean. That harbor is our destination. Worth going there even if we have half the world to cross. Everyone should have a destination. A point on the map where they aspire to go, and where one could finally be happy. All our guys have their own. Damir, another. We broke out of the metro and are now starting to scatter. Not at once, of course. At first, we're all still running together, searching. But eventually, each of us will find a point like this and stay there. I don't know where my dad's destination is. Don't know where yours is either. But I know I love you a whole lot. Go, Artyom. I'll rest some more and join you later.
Bolshoi here. We need to talk. Come in, Red. Come in, Red. Red here. What is it? Aren't we supposed to talk at the meet anyway? So we are. But this meat, it reeks of a fucking rat, man. A rat? You don't say. It's only that the Baron is dead and we have to decide who takes his place as the Prophet of the Holy Flame. So relax. There's no chance any of the boys would try any shit. And I definitely don't think you might have had a hand in it. No way, man. No way. Had your fucking fun? Now listen, I am talking to you as a respectable man would do, even though we've had our share of differences. Shut up, man. No, you shut the fuck up and let me finish. It's not like you're still wearing white robes, walking over this fucking sea of shit we're in either. Not like you accounted for those 2 tankers of kerosene yet, so you could have hired those hitmen on the train as well as anyone. But that's something we should discuss in person. I have a different matter in mind now. Doesn't that new guy, Damir, seem suspicious? True. Where did he come from? How come he became a made man right before those hitmen capped the Baron? And what is he doing arranging a meet anyway? This smacks of a setup. Ah, so we do see eye to eye on this one. Do you know anyone who'd vouch for that Damir guy? 'Cause fuck me sideways if I do. I've no idea, man. This Damir fucker. The first time I heard of him was yesterday. Good. That's why I suggest we set the old shit aside and work together on this one. See who's behind this upstart, see through his game, and make sure he gets snake eyes when he finally rolls. And then we decide on our matter. Like respectable men? Yes, then we do. Bet my tooth. Count me in then. Good. See you at the meet then. See you at the meet. You know, Damir, I could only jury-rig my Svensk. Father replied. Besides, this is a record. I do want to make sure you guys get my message after all. It just felt wrong after a while. The way we parted ways. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for how it went. Now that I thought about it, you really had no choice. But what's done is done. And now that Gule's plan is in motion, we'll finally free my people once and for all. We have to clear the remaining gangs before the raiding force comes back, so we arranged a little meeting with them to choose the new high priest. Now that the Baron's out of the picture. We don't have many fighters yet, but luckily both of the bosses want to become kingpin and they both disregard me completely. So we'll just use that against them. Huh. Gule is a real genius in power play. Still, no plan is bulletproof. So, I just wanted to say one thing to the whole crew and you, Artyom. Thanks for making me feel I belong for once. For giving me a place I could call home for a while. I will remember this for as long as I live. Keprak met, and Godspeed to you all. Damir, over and out. Come in. It's me, Demon. Abbas, where the hell are you? Come in.
Ah, Demon, why so much fuss? Why you expect me to answer the second you call?
Because of the frequency we're on? That's why? It's always jammed with the fucking ARC project bullshit.
Ah, you no need to worry about that. It's gone now.
Gone? I thought that with so many fools going there and never coming back, it would be going on forever.
I think some fool actually got there. Broke the record and all.
Fat fucking chance of that. I'd say whatever's been gobbling them fools up is just full now and is getting some Z's for digestion.
That may be, but now we can talk here and nobody will know.
Yes, we can. So, what was that you wanted to talk about?
You hear about that meet? Yes?
I have. Not that I'm invited. I'll just stay here and wait for one of the two bosses to come hire me and my boys. How about you?
Me too, me too. My people, they want some action and fat payout. And this is chance by the Holy Flame. And here, what I want to talk about. How about we work together?
Ah, good thinking. I don't want to fight you anymore.
I don't want to fight you too. That knee still hurts. So, what you say, old friend?
I'm in. We need to talk in person now. The good deal likes privacy, and even though this frequency seems secure...
Yes, I understand. Let us meet tomorrow at the old restaurant. What you say? Yeah?
Deal. See you there, Abbas. Over and out.
Rachmat, my friend. Over and out.
Brothers and sisters, the Baron, that old dog, is dead. I killed him myself. All of the Moonlight by Lair are confused now, like headless chickens. Our day has come. Fight them. Fight them however you can. Come where the Baron's rig used to be. Come and we'll give you weapons. You served those dogs for too long. And what did you get in return? Only cruelty, death, and the holy flame, which I spit at. It is time to chase them away from our land for good now. All of our land, all oil, all food will be ours. Death to the Moonlight by Lair.
What do you know?
Everything is perfect, Artyom. Follow us.
Well, if that dance is not also good.
Well, this is for a show.
This is great!
Great job! Come on, guys, give it your all!
More passion, guys!
What's the word?
Bad boys!
Kuto!
You guys are just amazing!
That was a great laugh.
Well, that
Thank
was
you,
an
boys.
unforgettable show.
Wow, you have lots of hidden talents.
Katya, I've kept silent for too long, but now I simply must talk. I have to warn you about Stepan. He is incredibly, disgustingly nice and kind-hearted. Yes, no, indeed! I, as a misanthrope of note, am appalled!
I noticed that already. He is incredibly kind.
That's just slander. They are jealous.
Artyom, finally!
jealousy
Take a seat,
is to be
please.
expected.
We haven't even started,
Not everyone
really.
here is blessed with such an
Take a
amazing
seat,
wife.
Artyom. We're lonely without you.
He's right. I, for one,
sit somewhere
have
nearby.
positively gone green with jealousy already. Green to the core.
What did I miss?
You should have seen them
No,
dance.
Katya, thank you.
Don't you worry.
Look at
You'll get
Stepan.
another chance.
A moment of your attention, please. Half a year on the road, and 4,000 clicks behind us. We have been through a lot. Damir. All right, people. I do understand I can't keep it a secret much longer. After a careful study of the satellite maps we've obtained and much deliberation, we've found a place we could call our new home. It is a river valley. There's forest and a hydroelectric power plant.
Yeah.
This place is quite far from densely populated areas, which, as our journey has proven, is important. We're about 2 days away from it now. So, congratulations, everyone! Yet, this is not our last order of business for today. Stepan, Katya,
Oh, rings.
Stepan, Katya, repeat after me. I take you to be my spouse.
Take you to be my spouse.
And vow to hold you from this day forward.
And vow to hold you from this day forward, for better or for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poorer,
In sickness and in
in
health.
sickness and in health.
To love and to
To
cherish
love and to
until
cherish
death do
until
us
death
part.
do us part.
As the captain of this ship, I hereby pronounce you husband and wife. Live long and be happy. Oh, and Gorka!
Gorka! Gorka!
Oh,
Anna, what's happening?
Be careful, people!
Anna, please hold on.
What's happening? What is it, Anna?
what's that cough?
Gotcha. Do something, please.
Don't
Can't
cow
be
her.
good.
Give her air.
Damn.
I'm sorry I didn't say anything.
What are you talking about, baby?
In the Yamantau, when they dragged me away, that ghoul doctor said my lungs were falling apart. The gas I breathed in that ammo dump said I
How
don't
can
have
you
long.
believe that monster? We've just been through a desert and all that sand, so that might be the reason. Katya, Artyom, a few words.
I'm all right, Artyom. Go. I'm fine now.
I don't know about this. The old man is furious.
So, son, care to tell me what
Colonel,
do we do
please.
now?
Let us not panic and think constructively.
So, Katya, what do you think?
I think that trusting some degenerate's diagnosis wouldn't be wise. A move from humid metro into the desert with its dry heat and sandstorms is a stress for lungs.
Yes, I do think she'd be hit really bad right off the start had it
My
been
thoughts
gas.
exactly. Thus, first I'll check her condition to the best of my knowledge. Also, we're approaching the valley with its forest air. That alone could heal her.
I'm sorry to intervene, but did something happen?
Anna coughed up some blood.
God. Do you really think it's the sand? Sounds more like TB to me. That's for sure.
TB we can handle. We've got enough antibiotics, and air does help with that.
But what if that degenerate was right, Katya? What do we do? Is there a medicine?
There was an air defense battery station in our village. Right on the brink of war, they received a new drug. It saved a lot of people after gas exposure and general poisoning. I'll check my mom's records and find its name. I think it was produced in Novosibirsk.
Right, Novosibirsk. Yermak, your opinion?
For Anna's sake, I'd go to the edges of the earth. As for Novosibirsk, it's about 2,000 cliques.
Then it's decided. We head for the valley. If it is suitable, we settle there. If Anna's state worsens, I'll take a group of volunteers to find that drug. So Katya, please, find that name for us.
I'll find it, don't worry.
One more thing, Artyom. I want no surprises in that valley. You are our most seasoned scout. So take the rail car, one volunteer, and go check everything out before we arrive. Let's go back for now. Tell Anna and the people to calm down. Poor girl. Now I understand why she was so down lately. Just imagine thinking about all that for so long.
So, what is the jury's verdict?
Now, here are your orders, everyone. First of all, stay calm. The plan stands. We head for that valley with its fresh air and clean water. Then we go about settling there. If Anna's health...
Dad, please.
I repeat, Anna, in case you start getting worse, there's a drug Katya told us about, so we can go and find it for you, if it is needed.
That sounds like a great plan. I'd also like to say this. Guys, please don't worry. I've been feeling pretty bad as it is for ruining the party.
Oh, come on, you didn't ruin anything.
I just brought myself down to rock bottom over that bastard from Yamantau. Though it must just be the sand and desert climate.
Of course that must be it. We were discussing exactly that just now.
Alright, a toast. To you guys. Just be happy together.
Great toast!
Stepan, you hear that song?
Be too strong.
Easy as pie.
Полковник Васин приехал на фронт со своей молодой женой. Полковник Васин созвал свой полк и сказал им: пойдем домой. Мы ведем войну уже 70 лет, нас учили, что жизнь это бой. Но по новым данным разведки мы воевали сами с собой. Я видел генералов, они пьют и едят нашу смерть. Их дети сходят с ума от того, что им нечего больше хотеть. А земля лежит в ржавчине, церкви смешались с золой. И если мы хотим, чтобы было куда вернуться, время вернуться домой. Этот поезд в огне, и нам не на что больше жать. Этот поезд в огне, и нам некуда больше бежать. Эта земля была нашей, пока мы не увязли в борьбе. Она умрет, если будет ничьей, пора вернуть эту землю себе. А кругом горят факелы, это сбор всех погибших частей. И люди, стрелявшие в наших отцов, строят планы на наших детей. Нас сражали под звуки марши, нас пугали тюрьмой. Но хватит ползать на брюхе, мы уже возвратились домой. Этот поезд в огне, и нам не на что больше жать. Этот поезд в огне, и нам некуда больше бежать. Эта земля была нашей, пока мы не увязли в борьбе. Она умрет, если будет ничей, пора вернуть эту землю себе. Этот поезд в огне, и нам не на что больше жать. Этот поезд в огне, и нам некуда больше бежать. Эта земля была нашей, пока мы не увязли в борьбе. Она умрет, если будет ничьей, пора вернуть эту землю себе.
This is definitely about us. There's even a colonel in it.
Yes, it is time we took this land back. And one more thing. We don't want surprises like the ones we had on the Volga or in Yamantau. So we're sending a scouting party ahead on a rail car. Artyom needs a volunteer to support him.
Me! Pick me! I'll check the hell out of that valley, please!
Something makes me think that Alyosha is mainly going to check if there are any Amazons or women in general there.
So we're all set. Frankly, I envy you, Stepan. You got a full family, a wife and child at once. And you don't have to worry about diapers or belly aches.
Envy is a bad thing.
We're not the ones to avoid diapers, Colonel. In fact, we're planning to present Nastya with a little brother, if she doesn't object.
I'd rather get a sister. We could play with dolls together. I could care for her.
You could play Sparta in special operations with your brother.
Ah, cut it out, Stepan. God knows we've had enough of operations. I don't know about you, but I'm tired. I'd like to retire. Time to have some life.
You can't retire yet. You're too young.
I am old, Nastya.
You're not.
You said envy was a bad thing, Nastya. Huh? But what am I to do? Your mom has you, but my Anna doesn't have a smart girl like you.
Dad!
Don't dad me! A 20-year-old won't even think about children. But I would sure like to see grandchildren at my age.
Yeah, you teach them CQC.
Dual-wielding pistols.
I could come visit you.
Of course, you're welcome, Nastya. The thing is, Grandpa Miller won't give up until he has grandchildren of his own.
Hear that, Artyom? I don't even know what else to say. She's beautiful, sporting.
Yeah, I'm Olympic level with a rifle.
I get not having kids in Metro. Darkness, TB, rats, mutations. But what about here?
All right, Dad. We'll get to work on solving your problem tonight.
At that note, how about a drink? To repopulation of Earth. To kids.
Yes, to children.
To children.
Children.
And one more toast. To the new colony. May it grow and prosper.
To the colony.
Whoa! And to having more women join it!
Alyosha, I never doubted you.
Yes, Alyosha. I don't think you should be worried about that. If we are successful, there will be people joining us. Honest, good people. I'm sure they survive too.
Well, if any bad people decide to show up, they'll be sorry they did.
Oh, definitely. When we're done with the bad apples here, we might think of something to do about Moscow.
That's true.
To love.
To love! Smooth as silk.
Wow. It's your turn, Artyom. Come on, impress us.
This heat is just unbearable.
I must say.
Sit with me, Artyom. Great, that's a beautiful song. Stepan, play some more.
Stepan, could you give us that one? By Borisich.
My pleasure.
Полковник Васин приехал на фронт со своей молодой женой. Полковник Васин созвал свой полк и сказал им: пойдем домой. Мы ведем войну уже 70 лет, нас учили, что жизнь это бой. Но по новым данным разведки мы воевали сами с собой. Я видел генералов, они пьют и едят нашу смерть. И дети сходят с ума от того, что им нечего больше хотеть. А земля лежит в ржавчине, церкви смешались с золой.
Hello, Artyom.
Если мы хотим, чтобы было...
Hello, my friend.
Вернуться домой. Этот поезд в огне, и нам не за что больше жать. Этот поезд в огне, и нам некуда больше бежать. Эта земля была нашей, пока мы не увязли в борьбе. Она умрет, если будет ничьей. Пора вернуть эту землю себе. А кругом горят факелы. Это сбор всех погибших частей. И люди, стрелявшие в наших отцов, строят планы на наших детей. Нас сражали под звуки маршей, нас пугали тюрьмой. Но хватит ползать на брюхе, мы уже возвратились домой. Этот поезд в огне, и нам не нужно больше ждать. Этот поезд в огне, и нам некуда больше бежать.
Well, bratucha, Anna sure gave us all a scare. Oi, but don't you worry. It does look like tuberculosis, but Katya is a real medic. She'll put her back on the feet in no time at all. Oh, besides, there's finally something nice ahead. A river, a forest, even a hydroelectric dam. That sounds interesting, but I haven't fixed one yet. So don't worry, Artyomich, everything will be fine. Soon we'll have a chance at normal lives at that valley, you know? Are you and Anna gonna have kids, Artyom? It's about time, bratucha. Moscow doesn't sound right for those with radiation and all, but the valley, oh, that's the place. And Stepan and Katya would follow suit too, since they're married. We do have to populate the colony, you know. We'll build a good one too, with some skilled people and, most importantly, smart people. And we'll surely attract more. And if some assholes decide to crash the party, we'll send them packing in no time with our guys. Of course, that valley needs checking out first. The colonel is absolutely right. But you and Alyosha, you can handle that, no problem. Boy, that cursed mountain? Oh, I had this nasty feeling back then. I even told the colonel why. He was so eager to see that minister of his, he didn't care. Not quite like him, huh? Well, that's to be expected, you know. Everyone has a string which, when pulled, makes you forget about everything else. Take Damir, for example. Fancied himself the chair. I wonder how is he now. Though, I guess he'll be alright, fighting the good fight with that ghoul. On the other hand, imagine us coming back and seeing him in Baron's vacant chair. I'm joking, of course. Amirs is a good guy. He'd never lose his way like that. Now, well, I think I'll finish with your trophy here. Go prepare the railcar for a recon trip with Alyosha. Speaking of him, I think he wanted to go with you so badly because he also had a feeling, you know, in his usual direction. Look after that lecher before he finds his, head stuck somewhere nasty, will you? Still, I have to give it to you, bratucha. Bringing this beauty here was a stroke of genius. I feel she's going to help us a lot. Mind you, I'm not trading my railcar for anything in the world, but this baby here is just amazing. Never mind the looks, her engine has been finely tuned and maintained, she's got a strengthened frame and springs, even her brakes are in perfect order. The mechanic's skill and passion are as plain as day here, and I love that! I mean, really, this thing reminds me of my old babe, the one I once drove out of Kadui. A 1.5-ton truck from that war had been rusting in a scrapyard for 40 years at least. Ran on firewood like the Aurora. Of course it was more memory than a truck. The cabin was all rotten, plywood don't keep that well. Platform was missing altogether, but the engine with the gearbox and the gas generator was still there. The frame was okay. Yeah, that was a piece of work. A month without taking a break. But in the end it ran. Then I put the body of the same minibus you have here on the top of the frame. And driving that Frankenbus, I went as far as Astrakhan. Mind you, that thing didn't have more than 30 HP on its birthday. Terrible hassle too. You not just have to chop firewood, you have to make the sticks even and nice, or else it doesn't run well. Takes a lot of experience, like heating up a proper sauna, you know? So, I'd spend half a day getting ready, a couple of hours driving, yeah. Fell in love with that thing, oi mamichka. No wonder after all that effort. Still, had to give it to one bastard in Astrakhan, otherwise I would have just been killed right there, and that's if I got lucky, huh? So that's how it went back then. As for this beauty, I'll take good care of her. For old time's sake, she'll be winning every car show we run across, huh? Ain't she a beauty? Ух ты, красавица моя, like a bride on her wedding day. Perfect! So, there you have it, bratucha. There you have it.
As you can see, we're busy with giving the weapons some proper care after the desert.
Yeah, I hate sand, I must say. It's rough and coarse and gets everywhere. Irritates me to no end. So, as soon as we got out of that hellhole, I started cleaning and overhaul. And Duke, being the kind of guy that he is, volunteered to help.
Yeah, volunteered my ass. You're a slave driver, like that Baron.
Well, you shouldn't have taken that shambler for a dive in the sand. It's not a Kalash.
I didn't even shoot it afterwards.
Thank God. I don't know if it even will shoot, though. So you, young man, got lucky there. Yes, it is a mystery, really, how those bandits managed to keep their guns working in that desert. Though their gunsmiths are good. That gun you brought back is definitely custom made. A fine job. And it's been well maintained, too. This just warms my heart. I didn't do too poorly either, even if I do say so myself. I've been led to believe that the Tihar with the new ammo worked wonders in your hands.
Oh, that it did. Artyom made a fine barbecue there.
Yes, in any case, you don't need to worry about their weapons, Artyom. I'll have them in mint condition by the time we make our
God damn
next
it, it's still
stop.
dirty. All right, another rub.
I'll give it another rub, just in case.
God damn it,